What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Love and Basketball, the podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Emmanuel, but you can find me on all socials up here.
And my name is Nigel. You can find me on all socials up here. Listen, man, we're just a couple that loves talking all things basketball, all things NBA. So make sure you guys like, make sure you guys comment, and make sure you guys subscribe to our channel.
Yes, so for today's topic, we made a list of our top 5 teams that we think could win it all this season.
Yes, sir.
Now, we do have an honorable mention. This team could have potentially made it, but it just didn't sit 100% right with us. And that team is the 76ers.
For the Jazz.
Got a whole side.
James taking advantage, going right to the cup. Part of one of the huge trades they made in the offseason, right? The Rudy Gobert trade. Joel for 3.
Yeah, I think the 76ers, they've been playing outstanding this year, so they deserve to be mentioned in this video along with these other teams. But unfortunately, I just don't trust the superstars or the coach for them to be able to realistically be a top 5 team to win it all.
Gets it right back from half court, and it's gone!
Golden State Warriors. Now, the Warriors are a very scary team when they're healthy, don't you think?
I think the Warriors are 100% a scary team when healthy. Like Draymond Green said, the finals are just a Warriors Invitational.
Welcome back to the Warriors Invitational, baby.
And when they're all at their best and they're all healthy, you can put them against anybody in the league, and I'm probably going to take the Warriors.
And who do you think the X factor for them is?
Andrew Wiggins, of course. I think last year he deserved to be an all-star, and he played like that in the playoffs for a reason. Unfortunately, this year he's been dealing with injuries, and then now he's dealing with a personal issue. He's been out the last few games, and they haven't really said why, so prayers to him and his family. But when he's on the court, he's engaged and locked in, and he's playing as if he's the second best player on that team. What he brings on the offensive and defensive side is unmatched, and he's clearly changes everything for the Warriors.
Right, and if the Warriors go back to back, that's just wow.
Don't let them go back to back. In the beginning, I picked them to go back to back. Y'all can find the tweets in my TikTok. I picked it. If the Warriors go back to back, that's 5 rings for Steph. That's more than LeBron. That's more than KD. He tied with Kobe. He's tied with Magic. You know what I'm going to say.
Top 5.
Top 5 is LJ number 1, MJ number 2, Kobe number 3, Steph number 4, and Shaq number 5.
That was a top 5 player of all time. Right now I have him at like 7. But if he's able to get another championship and a finals MVP, that's a top 5 player of all time, in my opinion.
Mike Malone with Nikola Jokic orchestrating. It's been the defense that has been problematic at times.
The Denver Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets are the number 1 seed in the West. So do you think this is their best chance they got?
In my personal opinion, I do think so. I know they went to the Western Conference Finals that 2020, that bubble year, but they're a whole different team. Jokic is much older. By the time it's the postseason, he'll probably be a 3-time MVP. Jamal Murray's fully healthy. Michael Porter Jr. is fully healthy. They're also better than what they were, that bubble team, and the roster's better. So I do think this is their best chance to win, especially with all the uncertainty of the West. The Warriors got off to a rocky start. Their road record's awful. John Morant is out here acting like John Wick. And he's in rehab right now for a thug addiction. The Suns just got together. They need time to gel. So all this uncertainty right now, this is their best chance to win.
Okay, but what team in the West do you think is their biggest threat?
Honestly, I want to say the Suns and the Warriors. Last time the Nuggets played against the Suns, they swept them. It really wasn't no competition. And surprisingly, out of all the centers in the league, DeAndre Ayton is the one who plays Jokic the best. Jokic has said it himself.
Yeah.
So I think that they swept them last time, and now you're adding KD to that. So I really don't think the Nuggets don't want to see the Suns until it's the Western Conference Finals, honestly.
So if they don't end up winning it all, how long do you think the championship window is?
Well, Mike Malone isn't going anywhere. Jokic is not going anywhere. Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray just recently signed contract extensions in the last few years. So if you have your core together, I'll never say your window is closed. But when you have the opportunity to win like they have right now, you need to take advantage of it because you'll never know what's going to happen. Teams only get better by each year. So you definitely have to take advantage of the opportunity that they have this year.
Durant working against Williams, gets into the paint, and able to knock it down for his first bucket. Extra pass sets up a wide open look for Booker, who deposits
the Phoenix Suns. Now, are the Phoenix Suns a championship or bust this season?
Championship or bust?
Oh, it's championship.
I mean, but is it a champion? They need to go for that. Otherwise, is this trade and season?
No, they have to win a championship this year.
Right.
No, I don't think so at all. I hate that narrative is going around them right now. Listen, KD was traded at the trade deadline and he was also hurt. So right now they have about 20 games together before the postseason to learn each other, to learn chemistry, to gel together and go on a run. And then you're asking them to win it all. I just think that's unfair. I do, however, agree they should at least win one. KD and Book will be teamed up for the next 3 years. They have to win one. But I don't think they have to necessarily win this season.
But how impressive would it be if they did win it all this season?
Oh, that's going to be extremely impressive. If they were to win it all this season, D-Book can talk all the trash that he wants.
Will shoot free throws at Devin Booker and Doncic go face to face. Well, you know what? It's Wainwright has to.
Listen, man, CP3. Now everybody calls him CP3 0.
He needs some milk.
If he wins one. Listen, it'll do everything for them. It'll be super impressive for them to be able to gel that fast and then go through the West and go and beat one of the Bucks or the Celtics. It'll be fantastic to see.
Now, with the recent pickup of KD, what does this do for KD's legacy if they do end up winning it all?
To me, it doesn't change his legacy. At the end of the day, I think he's a top 10 player of all time. He's one of the greatest scorers of all time. So if he wins with Phoenix, I personally, that doesn't move him up or down where I have him ranked. I do know it will help with all the old heads because he went and he delivered the first championship to Phoenix. It'll mean a lot to them. And I guess, it'll be vindicated for him, joining the Warriors those times. But it doesn't do anything for me personally. I think KD's that dude, easy money sniper, top 10 regardless.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Low post. Giannis bully ball. Got it and one. Downhill at Simmons. Double came. It didn't matter.
The Milwaukee Bucks. How good is a healthy Bucks team?
A healthy Bucks team. So you have Giannis, who's the best player in the world, and then you pair him with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, two-way players in this league. If they're all healthy, then it's really no stopping them. I think they deserve to be in that conversation as one of the best teams in the league if healthy. I personally feel like if Chris Middleton was healthy last year, that Celtics series would have ended a little bit different. So a healthy Bucks team is a scary team to be dealing with.
And what teams do you think is their biggest threat?
Honestly, I would say, of course, you have to give respect to the Celtics, but honestly, I would say the Suns. We saw what happened when they matched up against each other in the finals. Yes, the Bucks did win, but now you're taking that team that played against the Bucks and won 2 games against them, and you're adding KD. It's the ultimate big brother move. I'm going to get my big brother, and he's going to help beat you guys up. And I just don't think Giannis wants to see KD. We saw what happened the last time KD and Giannis met up. He's not trying to see a healthy KD.
But what does another title do for Giannis if they do end up winning it all?
It does everything to him. Unlike KD, whose legacy is already cemented to me, Giannis' legacy can keep adding on to his resume. He's under 30, so to be able to be a 2-time MVP, then add another championship and finals MVP to that, and a defensive player of the year that he already has. He's already a top 75 player in this NBA. It can only do, this will be amazing for him. And it'll just keep proving that he is one of the best players in this league of our generation. Will probably say for him as well.
Inbound to Smart. Bounce past Tatum. Tatum puts up a 3. Bang!
And at number 1, we have a team that's in a lot of people's top pick to win it all this season. and that is the Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think the Boston Celtics are the best team in the league?
I think they deserve to be in that conversation and for people to call them the best team. They have been the number one seed pretty much all season. I know the Milwaukee Bucks just recently took over because they went on a 16-game winning streak, but you have a top 5 MVP candidate in Jason Tatum, a superstar and all-star in Jaylen Brown, a defensive player of the year candidate in Marcus Smart. So, of course, they deserve to be called the best team in the league.
And do you think Tatum's ready to take the leap to be the best player on our championship team?
I think we just have to wait and see in the playoffs. I know what he's doing right now is fantastic. He is definitely going to be in the MVP conversation, but I remember the finals last year. I know you remember the finals last year. He wet the bed.
Yeah, the lights were too bright.
The lights was way too bright for him. If the Celtics did win, I think it would be very clear that Jaylen Brown probably would have been the finals MVP. While this man's out here texting Kobe saying, "I got you today," he ended up making Kobe very disappointed probably. So we just have to wait and see this playoffs and see if he can redeem himself, which I think he'll rise to the occasion and he will do. But before I answer that, I think definitely we need to see it in the playoffs.
Right, and what's next if they don't win?
Oh man, listen, they're young, but it's always pressure every time you go to the finals and you don't win, especially for them. So that means they will go to the finals for 2 years in a row and have nothing to show for it. There's definitely going to be pressures. There's definitely people and narratives that will be made about Jason Tatum, about Jaylen Brown, because you couldn't get it done, you know?
Right, yeah.
And yeah, they're young and they might have time together, but then you have to think internally, they may start having the question, does that duo actually work? And you may see a scenario where Jaylen Brown gets moved or Marcus Smart gets moved. So that's why it's important when you have the chance to win, you need to take care of it and win.
Just go all out.
Yes, sir. So we'll see. I mean, Jason Tatum's young. I think he'll be around for a long time as a top player in this league. But if he has the chance to get it done this year, he needs to.
And there you have it. That's our list. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our video every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will be here for y'all to watch. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tune in. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir.